Hello Internet, it's me again, Judith. I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought I'd made one about a tweet I made a couple of weeks ago that sort of went viral. I was really shocked but amazed at the popularity of it, and I want to discuss a bit more what that whole tweet entails. So in it, I talked about the anti-intellectual approach of feminism, and I noticed that it was very anti-intellectual because for many years now I've been looking at feminism mostly from Facebook groups and I think Facebook groups, like some of you might laugh, that's Facebook, what is it good for? But I think those feminist groups are very representative of your modern day average feminists, even though there are pretty hardcore radical groups too that have such silly ideas on them. But mostly like those moderates, your everyday feminism is not an intellectual kind of feminist, and it's their behavior, what they write, what they post, that help me shape my views that I have on feminism. And you'll know my views if you follow my tweets. And so in recent times, I've been reading a lot more into like psychology, which is a passion of mine, and philosophy. So I've been reading a lot of smart things said by very smart people. So when I went back to those feminist groups, it really struck me how little smarts and intellectualism you have in those groups. It's not filled with people who have well constructed, well thought out argument to defend their position. What you get from those groups is you get insulted, you get condescension, you get demeaning comments, you get belittling remarks. Basically what you get from those people, especially from a person like me who hold very different views from them, you get bullied all the freaking time. That's what you get from feminism. And I know a lot of you who share my view have noticed the same thing. I'm really not in a unique perspective here. A lot of my thoughts on feminism is shared by a lot of people, and I think that's why my tweet got so popular. And these people, they don't defend their position with reason and logic. They use insult and sophism. And so this observation prompted me to write the following tweet, which I'll read back to you. Feminism is an anti-intellectual movement. It does not favor critical thinking, but groupthink. It promotes rigid ideological concept over open discourse and a search for truth. It's an oppressive, dogmatic system where outside opinions are viewed as dangerous. Basically, the feminist movement operate pretty much like a religion. And you've probably heard people say that, like feminism is a cult. Like pretty much, they have these sets of ideologies, and if you want to be part of their group, you have to follow these ideologies. And if you don't, then off with you. I have a friend who doesn't get why I don't label myself as a feminist, because I'm the dream ideal of feminism. The liberated woman. I live on my own. I have my own money. I work at my own career. I do my own thing, and I don't rely on other people. So my friend don't get it. Why don't you label yourself a feminist? Well, why would I? My label that I use for myself is egalitarian. And you're non-feminists, you're anti-feminists, you're MRA, we all believe in equality. It's a very shallow understanding of feminism if you think that, well, if you don't identify as a feminist, then you're against equality. No, if you believe that, you don't know the first thing about feminism. And another reason why I don't want to use that label, if let's say I call myself a feminist, I go to these groups holding the views that I have, then I'll just become one of those feminists who think that, well, my feminism is the right feminism and your feminism is wrong. So let me tell you about how I'm right and you're all wrong. And it's, I sure as hell don't want to be one of those people. They don't want you to think for yourself. They want you to believe in what others within the group believe. And that's what I mean by groupthink. And part of the definition of the word groupthink is discouraging creativity or individual responsibility. You know, let that sink in for a moment. Discouraging creativity. They don't want you to think outside the box. Follow the ideology that they set out for you, or get the fuck out. And individual responsibility. I could make an entire video about how feminism discourages responsible behavior, especially in women, which is mind-boggling, considering, like, if you look at your first wave feminists, your suffragette, we're all about, you know, we want more responsibility, we want to be our own people, we don't want to have to rely on men for anything, we own our own rights. But they're like, well, we don't want that much responsibilities because we don't like the, you know, what it entails. And that's what people mean by infantilization that comes with feminism. And there's even like authoritarian nature within the movement, because they say they follow equality, even though a lot of things they do is actually promoting inequality. You know, look at it. They promote inequality all the time. So they think that, you know, believing in equality, they think that makes them good people who want to do good things. But as soon as their belief get criticized or questioned, you will see that authoritarian, even dictatorial nature come out. And there is a fall in line or suffer the consequences attitude, which is, it's so strong within the movement. And men knows this pretty well, because as soon as you don't agree with them, their preferred tactic will be social shaming. Well, you don't believe in feminism? Well, you're misogynistic, you're sexist, you're all sorts of ist and ism, and they will put that label on you all the time. Like, I've been called a rape apologist, a racist, a Nazi. Like, I'm totally against Nazis are stupid, but you basically act like them on some time, and you don't even notice, because they think that by using the label feminist, they think that makes them good people, but they don't look at their own behavior and see that their behavior is contradictory to what their belief is. They are completely not self-aware of this. And then when you point it out to them, that we're the bad guy for pointing out to them what their bullshit is all about, and it's ridiculous. And they they do this because outside ideas are viewed as dangerous. If the movement was filled with intellectual thinkers, they would be able to defend their idea. That's something I've noticed a long time ago that basically started me on this little, not movement, but this little ride I'm on, basically, that what they're all about is feminism doesn't have a lot of a good argument to defend it. At the core, yeah, equality is good, but that's just egalitarianism. You appropriated the idea of egalitarianism and hold it for yourself, and now you're telling everybody, you know, feminism is about equality, we own the concept of equality, and that's not true at all. And at the core, their ideas are flawed. It's pretty flawed, and that's why it's so easy to criticize what they do and say. And I think that's why you don't have a lot of intellectual within the movement. The first step in taking down a system is to start questioning the validity of that system. And if you start oppressing people as a way to keep your system going, then your system bloody well deserves to be taken down and dismantled. I think equality is extremely important. It's one of those few, I would say, beliefs that I have in. I think believing in equality can lead you to do better for yourself and for people in general. But like I've mentioned in my other videos, the way the feminists are going at it is very misguided. And they have what's the word where the blinders, they have blinders on and they don't see the consequences of their action, which are sometimes very fucked up. Logic, reasons, common sense, and rationality is what's needed to help humanity, and feminism lacked a lot of that. In Western countries, I think we've squeezed out all the juice out of feminism that we could get. It's like making orange juice from orange. You get the juice, and then we got all our equal rights. But then they keep grinding that thing until it's just pulp and skins and zest, and it's all clumpy and disgusting and bitter, and you don't want to drink that. This is not right. We need to move away from that, and that's why I talk a lot about egalitarianism. I think it's such a better concept because it's so more inclusive of a lot of people. We accept men within egalitarianism because we understand that men don't have it perfect. They don't have it perfect because we don't have these rigid ideological ideas that men are the oppressive class and women are the oppressed class. This is all bullshit. It's fucking bullshit neo-Marxist that you shouldn't want anything to do with. So yeah, that's what I think this tweet resonated with so many people, because there's a growing mentality that feminism is not all that good, and we need to move away from that. And I think the more we're going to push away from that, the more the radical and the lack of intellectualism is going to show, and that's I think it's going to help. It's going to do a lot of the work for us. They're going to highlight their own, not stupidity, but their own defect within their own ideology. They're doing the work for us. So it's people, keep doing what you're doing. Keep standing up to the bullshit that they spread. Equality is important, but the equality is just it's the little veil they wrap themselves in to pretend that they're so virtuous. And dig further. You can dig further. It's really easy. So keep up the good work. Thank you for watching my videos. I should be making more. I'm lazy. And follow me on Twitter. I'll put the link in the description. And yeah, thank you. Bye.